City Band is
Welcome everybody to the program.
Oh, he's sleeping. In the crawling along the sea.
Let's sing back up. Good morning, everybody. I have no idea who this is. Rose City Band. Rose City Band. Welcome to the program. How you doing, everybody? Mark Sconti reporting. Good morning, everybody. Ooh, wow. What a day. Oh, so the great recording of Donald Trump confessing to tampering with classified information that wasn't classified prior to leaving office. And because he didn't declassify it, it's taboo, even though he was the president of the United States and deserving of the information. It turns out that the audio that was released actually reveals that military higher-ups were accusing or insinuating that Trump himself wanted to attack Iran. Now, Trump never wanted to attack Iran. There was no reason for it other than to, build military-industrial complex. The military and the deep state has an interest in destabilizing everybody, but Trump had no interest at the time. So in this devastating, unbelievable indictment against Donald J. Trump, 37 felonies of tampering with classified information, the first audio, it was released yesterday, we find out that Trump was actually explaining to staffers how the information in these documents that he was getting from the highest levels of military were fake. There were things in it that implied that there were implications in that audio and in those documents that Trump he didn't know what they were talking about. It's like they were implying that Trump wanted to attack Iran. False. So, in a sense, when you listen to the audio, you hear Trump blowing the whistle essentially on military higher ups. Now, did he do it in a savvy way? He's talking to staffers. How that audio ever leaked out, who knows? But it did leak out, and but here's the problem in America, right? Everybody wants to look at the fact that Trump left office with classified information. Not everybody. Half of the country that doesn't like Trump wants to look at the fact that, you see, he mishandled the documents, even though he was the president. But look at what he's revealing. He's telling you, in unequivocal terms, these boxes prove unequivocally that the military was lying about my position in Iran, for example. What else were they lying about? Right? What else was the military war pigs lying about to get their war in Iran? What were they saying Trump said? So that's the bigger issue. But people want to look and say, oh, well, it's classified, and therefore Trump has to go to jail. How stupid, right? How Trump derangement syndrome are you, right? Anyway, so this is my thumbnail today, actual recording that we're going to hear. He said that I wanted to attack Iran. Isn't it amazing? Right? Milley, right? The military guy, right? His name is Milley. This was him. This was the Defense Department and him saying that I wanted to attack Iran. And Trump is saying, I don't want to attack Iran. What are you talking about? They made it up. So anyway, we'll look at that. My name is Marcus Conte. I got a website every morning at 9 a.m., educational, philosophical. That's what we're doing. We're trying to educate ourselves and philosophize ourselves about what's happening in the world. And when we're doing that, we're trying not to get hosed in the stock market and hope that it all goes up, and so we could all make a lot of money. At least some of us. So every morning at 9 a.m. we're live, and I kick it. You know, we spin the current stories, the spin of the day, if you will. I don't think of myself as a spin artist. I think of myself as more letting the spin, and then just talking about the spin, which is what I do. I talk about the spin, how major media spin stories in their favor, even though when they're not truthful. And of course, reporting on the Trump derangement syndrome leading into a 2024 election. Fascinating, right? It's the people that line up against to oppose Trump are simply fascinating people. They have no. It seems like they've lost their moral compass, and anything goes to get Trump. Anything goes, stop Trump. Anything that they do, they can justify. And that's a scary idea. Not looking at the merits of what he is and his enormous popularity in over half of the country that are going to vote for him no matter what. Because why? Because in the eyes of more than half of America looks at Trump and says, well, he's not the greatest guy, but at least he tells the truth. At least he exposes the corruption so that people can decide what's going on. That's Trump's forte. Trump is incredible. Trump became the quintessential whistleblower, but they're trying to throw him in jail for doing it. He's right up there with Julian Assange and Chelsea Manning. The Espionage Act, espionage. He broke the law. He's a spy. He's going to jail. Yeah, so that devastating audio that everybody was waiting for to see if Trump would be convicted for mishandling classified information is now out, and we'll look at the spins surrounding that every morning at 9 a.m. Come on down and we'll talk about it. But let's start here, right? So this happened. This is an interesting. We got to revisit Planet of the Apes, where blacks shoot other blacks while they're online at McDonald's and punch each other in the face because. So here's the video, and you tell me what you see.
Get your food. Who? Get in the car. Who? Nay. Get your food. Get your food. If you say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out. Oh my grandma, say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out.
Oh shit! So that's what happened, right? This fucking animal punches the lady in the face because she doesn't know how to shut the fuck up and walk away, and he punches her in the face, right? And what happens is the woman's son comes running in and shoots the motherfucker. This guy's dead. So this is a regular day, I guess, in the ghetto. I don't know where the fuck it is. A 14-year-old kid comes in and shoots the guy, and the mother and the kid go to jail for murder because the mother says, shoot him, son, shoot him, kill him. And the 14-year-old boy came running in with the mother's gun, licensed gun, and shot the guy and killed him. Who's right or wrong in the scenario? But the end of the story is that the mother and the son walked. They got out. Women accused of ordering 14-year-old son to shoot, kill man at hot dog stand. will no longer face murder charges. So there you go. I don't know. I don't know if you. I don't know where you would stand on this. For me, I would say, well, look, there's an altercation in a hot dog joint, right? Now, the mother obviously should have walked away. The guy is fucking crazy. Walk away. It's not a big deal. You may spend an extra 3 minutes getting your fucking hot dog. But she didn't do that. Instead, she got punched in the face by the psychopath, and then the son came in and shot the guy because he saw his mother getting pummeled. So, well, there is a case there for self-defense. I don't know. The guy is obviously beating up your mother right in front of you, and the kid saw it, and he comes in the door blasting.
Hey, get your food.
But look at the behavior. That's, I guess, forget about the fact that the mother and the kid got let go. Look at the behavior.
Get your food. If you say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out. Oh my grandma, say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out.
Why didn't she just shut the fuck up? Why if you can't take a punch from this guy, or you're not if you don't have your gun in your pocket, why are you mouthing off to him? So she got.
Say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out.
And right there, I think the pop is the kid shooting. I believe that pop right there, that pop at the end, you hear that pop? That's the kid shooting the guy. Right? So the kid shot her. Crazy, right? Crazy times we live in, but they got away. They got off, and I guess although the behavior isn't she didn't handle that very well. At least the guy, you don't know what the guy could do. The guy wasn't, maybe the guy throwing the punches wasn't done yet, and the 14-year-old shot him. So anyway, and here's a good story, a good ending to a story, if it is the ending. Now this is sad, medical suppression of animals, where they're experimental. And here's a monkey, a chimpanzee, who sees the sky for the first time. Well, watch this. Watch this. He's so happy. Whoa, wow. Sun, sky, sun. Amazing, right? How cruel we are to have deprived the chimpanzee of the sun. Living in a cage, a 5x5 cage, its whole life. And only now does it get to walk around with the other chimpanzees. How fucking cruel are we? Right? The experimentation. We experiment on creatures. And only 37 years later, the fucking animal gets out and can be with other animals. See how social? Animals, yeah, they're stupid. They don't know what they're doing. They're lower creatures. Look at them. They're social creatures, and we experiment on them. I don't. But there's the facial expression. So that's a good thing. Good job to the sanctuary that finally let the chimpanzee out of prison. And if you don't like that story, how about Anthony Fauci? Anthony Fauci, you thought he was going to go to jail, right? Anthony Fauci, Dr. Fauci, who lied to the American people about wearing masks and triple vaccinations and all that garbage that he pumped down the throats of people. Well, it turns out he got a professorship, Professor Fauci at Georgetown University.
Remember,
Watch.
Tony Fauci is back. Georgetown University Medical School just announced he's starting next week as a distinguished professor.
Unbelievable.
I think what I have to offer is experience and inspiration to the younger generation of students. If I accomplish that, I think I'll make a major contribution to Georgetown.
Now, I want to remind everyone what kind of expertise Fauci has. He's an expert at posing for magazine covers. He's an expert on himself, as you can see from the many Fauci-related items in his office. He's also an expert on being wrong and getting paid top dollar for doing it.
It's as simple as black and white. You're vaccinated, you're safe. You're unvaccinated, you're at risk.
False, false, and false.
Simple as that.
Let's triple mask. Joining me now, Dr. Jay Bhattacharya from Stanford University School of Medicine. Professor, I have not seen you in the studio. I haven't seen you for 2 years since our epic town hall.
So
Great
good
to
be here,
see
Laura.
you. So much fun. All right, what's your reaction to this?
Well, the problem is that if you look at what he's actually done during the pandemic, Laura, he's lied to the American public over and over and over again. First first masks don't work, but no, I was lying to you. I just wanted to spare the masks. Then he said 60% for herd immunity, 70% for herd immunity. Then, oh no, I was lying to you because you couldn't handle the number. And then he said, if you get vaccinated, you can't get the disease, you can't pass it on. Over and over again, he has basically tried to dissemble in order to manipulate the behavior of American people. How does
Yes, sir. Yes, he has. And what's the reward, right? Everybody thought, oh, Fauci's going to jail. No. See how they protect themselves? Now he's left government, and now he's in academia, and he'll be back. He'll be back into government very soon. The next Democratic president outside of Biden, if they ever need him again, they'll call on him. Or, he's pushing 80, but Fauci's going to live a good life. Fauci's going to be on the campus of Georgetown University with all the young bucks, right? Whatever he likes, maybe children or something. But he's going to be wandering around the campus, and young people are going to be impressed and pay upwards of $100,000 and $200,000 for 4 years at a college with Dr. Fauci. Congratulations, Dr. Fauci. Dr. Fauci is making it. He's making it. So let's dive into this audio recording of Trump discussing classified documents. Let's listen.
Evidence obtained by special counsel Jack Smith. Now, the former president is now facing 37 felony charges for allegedly hoarding classified documents at his home in Florida. Now, Mr. Trump pleaded not guilty earlier this month, and he has maintained he declassified all documents he took with him. But tonight, for the first time, we hear Donald Trump's voice, and he says something very different on the recording.
So that's the big gotcha right there. The big gotcha, according to mainstream media. He said that he declassified everything before he left office, but here we have a recording of him not declassifying. It's so fucking stupid, right? He's the president of the United States. Whether he followed a little rule to take the information doesn't make him a fucking spy. It's so minuscule. I wish people would review what the charges against Trump is. A former sitting president who had access to the highest. He was in charge of the military. He's the president, right? And because he it just doesn't make sense to me. I look at it and I say, wow. Obviously, it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense politically because the Democrats think it's a winning point. Like this jackass right here. Like if you listen to this guy, you might think that what he's saying is authoritative, is real, is official. Oh, of course, Trump. He broke the law by not declassifying the information that was in his basement. Right? It's so fucking stupid, right? It's a stupid thing that has nothing to do with regular people. It's administrative nonsense that goes on at this level of government. But here he is spinning it to the American people who don't know what the fuck they're hearing.
And he has maintained he declassified all documents he took with him. But tonight, for the first time, we hear Donald Trump's voice, and he says something very different on the recording.
These are bad, sick people.
New audio obtained by ABC News features former President Donald Trump
calling the military who lied about him bad, sick people. That's what the audio reveals. These are bad, sick people. Who's he talking about? He's talking about the military leaders that accused him of wanting to attack Iran.
in a recorded conversation with staffers 2 years ago from his golf club in New Jersey. On the recording, Mr. Trump is heard complaining about Joint Chiefs of Staff General Mark Milley.
Well, with Milley, let me see that. I'll show you an example. He said that I wanted to attack Iran.
Right. So Milley, in the document that Trump is showing the people, it shows that Milley said that Trump wanted to attack Iran, and Trump says, "Isn't that amazing?" He doesn't say it. I never wanted to attack Iran, but it's accepted. I mean, it's right. Trump didn't want to attack Iran. So he has a document that shows how the Joint Chief of Staff was lying about him. That's fucking unbelievable. Don't people care about that? That the military was making up a story about an ex-president or the sitting president at the time about wanting to attack a fucking sovereign country like Iran?
Isn't it amazing? I have a big pile of papers. This thing just came up. Look. This was him. They presented me this. This is off the record, but they presented me this. This was him. This was the Defense Department and him. Wow. We looked
Fascinating.
At this was him. This wasn't done by me. This was him. All sorts of stuff. It's pages long. Look. Wait a minute. Let's see here. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I just found, isn't that amazing? This totally wins my case, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Except it is like highly confidential, secret. This is secret information. But look at this. You attack, and
Hillary would print that out all the time, you know.
she'd send it, no, she'd send it to Anthony Weiner. The printer.
Anthony Weiner.
By the way, isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
I was just saying, because we were talking about it. And he said he wanted to attack Iran and what? These are the papers. This was done by the military, given to me. I think we can probably, right?
I don't know, we'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to try to
Declassify.
figure out
See, as president, I could have declassified.
Yeah.
Now I can't, but this is classified.
yeah.
So Trump is also declaring, here's the gotcha, that he's saying that as president I could have declassified, but now I can't. So he's technically revealing unclassified, classified information to staffers. But does it really matter? I think the bigger point, Trump could arguably, Trump's defense should be whistleblower defense. Laws that protect whistleblowers, blowing the whistle on a joint chief of staff leader lying about a sitting president. That's quite a whistleblower right there. But you see how the audio that they're using to prosecute Trump for mishandling classified information is actually a whistleblower audio that shows that the Joint Chiefs of Staffs, the military dogs, were lying.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah. It's so cool. I mean, it's so. We here I have. And you probably almost didn't believe me, but now you believe me.
No, I believe
it's incredible, right?
No,
hey, bring some Cokes in, please.
This audio is
Bring some Cokes in.
part of federal prosecutors' 37-count indictment against the former president earlier this month, where Donald Trump is accused of storing highly classified documents in a ballroom and even a bathroom at his.
So they overlook the fact that the military leader was making shit up about Iran. See how the mainstream media, they can't even, they won't call it out, or they don't see it at all. I see it pretty clearly. When I listened to it, I said, oh shit, there's Trump talking about the people that are supposed to advise him, lying about him to others to get their war in Iran. Right? So that's fucked up, right? That's the military threat is not Trump. It's the Joint Chiefs of Staff organizing wars outside of the American populace, right? Because they want it.
Home. Prosecutors say Trump's audio undercuts his previous claim that he declassified all documents in his possession before leaving the White House. Right now, Trump fighting back, releasing this new statement on his social media account. The deranged special prosecutor Jack Smith, working in conjunction with the DOJ and FBI, illegally leaked and spun a tape and transcript of me, which is actually an exoneration.
It is an exoneration. I believe that.
Rather than what they would have you believe. This continuing witch hunt is another election interference scam They are cheaters and thugs.
Pow.
This information, while shocking, was already part of the indictment. Now we have all heard those recordings. So how could this change things? Well, a number of jurors might hear the recordings prior to jury selection.
Okay, so let's watch Mr. Potato Head over at the Cenk Uygur channel, the Young Turks. You watch how the once freedom-loving, freedom-speaking, freedom-fighting progressive Democrats, led by people like Nina Turner and Cenk Uygur, watch how they, because of their Trump derangement syndrome, they can't get their head around it. Watch Cenk Uygur is going to make a defense for the U.S. government prosecuting Trump. Watch the defense.
Live, as we always do, 6 p.m. Eastern, showing them the top secret information. He says he says to the people that he's on tomorrow's show live, as we always do, 6 p.m. Eastern. You can check it out on youtube.com/theyoungturks. Or tyt.com/live. But I have it quotes. So now these are exact quotes, and now there's no question about it, and you'll be able to hear it for yourself. He says to the people that he's talking to, and he's talking to someone who's doing a biography of Mark Meadows, his chief of staff, and there's a staffer in the room. He shuffles the papers, and he says, it's like highly confidential, secret. This is the secret information. But look at this.
Wow. So Cenk Uygur never once mentions that the Joint Chiefs of Staff accused Trump of wanting to attack Iran. Isn't that devastating? Isn't that mind-fucking blowing? Cenk Uygur is never going to talk about that. Well, he hops right on the fact that Trump had classified information, which he could have declassified but didn't, and he might have, and possibly because he was a former president. It's all stupid.
And it looks like he's showing them the top secret information. At the end, they seem to get a little nervous about it. And the staffer says something along the lines of like, I'm not sure you can do this. They don't say it in those words. We'll show you the exact audio of it tomorrow on the live show, 6 o'clock Eastern, Monday through Friday. Of course, we have that. And
go ahead, plug your show, Cenk.
And so, but I wanted you guys to know, the tape is not hypothetical anymore. It's not conjecture anymore. There's absolutely no question about it. It exists. It's Trump's voice on it. So he is acknowledging that he has the classified documents, that they are highly secret, and that he has not declassified them.
What a jerk off! A total jerk off. Cenk Uygur became a total jerk off.
He says, I could have declassified them when I was president, but I can't anymore. So he also admits that he cannot declassify them. So that is 4 giant admissions from his own voice on tape.
What about a former president telling you that the Joint Chiefs of Staff is lying to him and the American people, falsifying documents to say that the sitting president wants to attack Iran, wants to start a fucking war? He's exposing this to staffers that they wanted to start a war with Iran. The military dogs wanted to start a war with Iran, and they said, I said it. Isn't that the news? Am I raise your hand am I missing something? Am I missing this when I read it? When I listened to it, here's Trump talking about Joint Chiefs of Staff accusing him of wanting to attack Iran, for example, and there's other shit in that box too. Right? It's a whistleblower. It's showing you and I that what is being said in these military bowels is very different than what is actually happening. Oh, yeah, we're freedom and democracy, and we're spreading democracy all over the world. But meanwhile, we're planning to attack Iran for what? For oil.
And if you listen to the whole 2-minute conversation, you know, with Trump, it always sounds friendly, like, oh, General Milley, he was...
So Jerry, that guy's a jack-off. Let's talk about, let's look at the markets first. How do we, we're going up. We're going up. Looks like we're going up. Looks like we're going up at the moment, folks. It looks like Wall Street is tired of going down. And, all right, I got knocked out. I got knocked out down here, man. So I tried again. I think we're still going down right now. Although you're going to see a couple of these bumps up. Market is struggling to get up right now, but we are up right now in the morning. Can't deny it. Nasdaq is up 83. Dow Jones Industrial Average up 76. S&P 500 up 17. How's Rivian doing? Rivian got smashed, down 13.50, down up 9 cents today. Apple up $1.38 to 186. Amazon up $1. Google down $1. Meta up 5. Microsoft up 4.5. Tesla up $1.42. How's Nvidia doing? Nvidia's got a lot of weight on the S&P 500 right now. Nvidia up 4.5, almost 5. It tanked yesterday, like 14 points. I don't know why, but it did. So it looks like we got a little relief rally going on right now. A little relief off the bottom coming at you. And yeah, so anyway, so that's what's going on there. So thank you all for joining me. I just keeping the video short for now. I hope everybody's having a good time out there. I hope everybody's enjoying the weather. And thank you all for joining me. Vinny DiMartini in the house. Mikkel Sly, what's up, man? Mikkel's here. Weevil Girl in the house. Mike Taylor News, welcome. Casafilly Camden is here. Sean Kane, Casafilly Camden. Weesty. If Wayne is there, thank you, Wayne. I love Wayne. Wayne hooked me up. Quantum Epic in the house. Gitmo Holiday. So there you go, man. We live in a crazy banana republic. If you're president and you blow the whistle on the Joint Chiefs of Staff and you tell the truth to the American people about just how corrupt the military-industrial complex is in this country. Oh, you know what? Fuck that. Let's listen to RFK. Take us out. Here we go.
And a sword, and I am going to take back this country with your help, the help of all the homeless Republicans and Democrats.
I just changed my mind because I had another video. Let's listen to RFK. Hey, don't go anywhere. Stay here.
Who are Americans first. Thank you all very much.
Bobby Kennedy Jr. announced his presidential run back in Boston in April. A member of America's best-known political dynasty, the nephew of JFK, he calls himself a Kennedy Democrat. Yet, even many of his own family members are steering clear of his campaign. He's an environmental lawyer, a climate activist, now living in California, perhaps best known for his controversial views on vaccines. Kennedy stopped in Vermont this week to speak to members of the Ethan Allen Institute, a conservative think tank. 300 people came out to hear him, and Kennedy gave us a few minutes as well. Mr. Kennedy, thanks for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Well, it's a pleasure. Of course, your uncle challenged President Carter's re-election bid in 1980. What has President Biden done or not done that made you say, I'm going to challenge him for the nomination in 24?
Yeah, I disagree. First of all, I have a long personal relationship and a great deal of affection for President Biden over many, many years. But I do not think that that the decisions that he's made, particularly recently as president, reflect the values that the Democratic Party or our country should be projecting around the world. I want my kids to grow up in a country like I did, that they're proud of, and that is a moral authority around the world. I think the conduct of the war in the Ukraine, which we now know that the Russians had signed a peace agreement with Zelensky in April 2022, and that the White House actually deployed Boris Johnson to go and sabotage that agreement. We could have solved that war. We could have averted it. Instead, there's 350,000 Ukrainian kids who have died over there. And I think that this addiction to forever war